back. In today's video, we're going to talk about how you can acquire Bitcoin privately using BISC decentralized peer-to-peer exchange. Let's take a look. Hello, this is Black Box Trading. We focus a lot on technical analysis, market analysis, as well as tutorials on self-custody best practices, all things Bitcoin, all things security. And if you're new here, I want to invite you to subscribe. We post videos at least weekly and live streams every Sunday at the weekly close. And in today's video, we're going to talk about private Bitcoin. A lot of regulatory crackdown coming from the SEC, which is leaving Americans pretty confused as to the future of cryptocurrency, specifically around onboarding and offboarding fiat. How do you get money in and out of crypto if regulations become a little bit too strict? So one way to do so is with using decentralized peer-to-peer exchanges like BISC. So I'm going to go through acquiring some Bitcoin on BISC. All right, so we got the BISC application up and running, and I'm going to draw your attention over here to the top where it says buy. We're going to press buy, and we're going to make sure that just below buy, Bitcoin is selected. Now, if this is your first time using BISC, you're actually going to have to add some methods of payment. So if you are in the UK, a very popular method for payment for UK citizens is a payment transfer called faster payments. If you are in the European Union, there are lots of SEPA transactions that are allowed to be taken place on BISC. If you are an American, there is Cash App, there is Zelle, there is Strike, there is many options to American citizens. So because, Americans are the ones that are most worried about this, I can say Americans have the best user experience with using BISC. So please do not be afraid of BISC. This is a very fantastic product. You will pay a premium for it. You are paying a premium for privacy, and you are paying a premium for undisrupted access. This will never go down. It doesn't matter how hard the SEC comes down on cryptocurrency, this will remain running. If you are in Canada, e-transfers are allowed, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to take every payment method that is applicable to you, any way that you are able to pay, and you're going to add it. So you will click add new account. You will add the payment method that you have, give the account details. Don't worry, all of this is private. It is encrypted over the Tor network. Nobody will be able to see your sensitive data. And they don't ask for anything too sensitive anyways, so you don't have to worry. But once that is set up, you will go over to the buy, and you can switch this little switch right here, which says offers matching my account. So however many payment methods you add to your account, you can just flick this switch and all of the available offers will be there for you. You are going to pay a premium to use this service. When you look at Coinbase, I think it's 1.5%. It might be higher now. It might be closer to 2%. But you're going to pay a premium when you use this product. But know that once you have those coins, nobody knows that they exist. I'm going to choose this order right here. This is with an individual who I've given an A rating, and I've done 8 transactions with them. So what's nice about BISC is, all of the identity stuff is anonymous and encrypted. There's no way to find out anybody's identity. But it does keep track of who you've done deals with, which is interesting. So I'm going to pay a premium on this one. It's going to be 5% above market, which is kind of the limit. I don't like to go much higher than 5%. So 5% we'll call it good. And it's for 0.0333. So that is 333,000 Satoshis. Sorry, 3.33 million Satoshis. And we're going to go ahead and click buy. It's going to prompt us to go to next steps. All right, once this button turns to green, it will ask for next steps. Then I'm going to transfer funds from BISC wallet. Now, you could transfer into the wallet right here, and you could deposit the funds. Now, even though I am buying Bitcoin, I still have to deposit Bitcoin, and that makes sure that both parties are committed to the transaction. So it's a way to create incentives for both the buyer and the seller to complete the transaction as quick as possible. if I have nothing to post as collateral and I just say that I'm going to buy something, I could take my time and end up, you know, screwing the seller over by, you know, holding up the transaction for weeks or months. So by putting a little bit of Bitcoin into the transaction, it creates an incentive for me to get my Bitcoin back, and it creates an incentive for them to have the transaction clear. So it's a pretty good system. Now, I will say, if you're brand new to Bitcoin, or this is a brand new wallet where you're trying to have no KYC whatsoever, you are going to have to figure out a way to get non-KYC'd coins over to your BISC wallet. You can do this by going into the BISC's matrix chat, and you can make peer-to-peer arrangements in the chat to get that small little amount of Bitcoin you have to that you need to collateralize the transaction. Or you can purchase Bitcoin from a friend. You can go to a crypto meetup and purchase Bitcoin in person. You could purchase it from an ATM that doesn't require KYC verification. There are lots of other ways to get non-KYC coins. Once you have the first amount of Bitcoin, from that point forwards, you just keep accumulating, and it's not a big deal. You'll just have a running balance on BISC. Currently, my BISC wallet is empty, so I'm going to go over to funds. I'm going to go to receive funds. Under the receive funds tab, I'm going to copy this address, press copy. I'm going to go over to my Sparrow wallet, and I'm going to paste the address, and I'm going to label it BISC deposit. I'm going to re-verify that the address is correct. So I'm taking a look at the last string of characters. Yep, that matches up. I'm going to create transaction. Finalize transaction for signing. And I am going to verify the transaction using my trusty Foundation Passport. If you guys are looking for the best user experience and the best hardware device for securing your Bitcoin, I highly recommend that you check out Passport. These guys are phenomenal. The project is open source. If you are a fan of Cold Card, this is the Cadillac of cold cards. This is a completely air-gapped machine that I highly, highly recommend. So I'm going to go ahead and sign with my Passport. All right, broadcast transaction. Boom. We have sent some sats over to BISC, and they have already declared it available. So you can see my deposit is there. All right, so now we can go back to my buy, transfer funds from BISC wallet. It is now transferred over. Review, take offered to buy Bitcoin. Take a look at just, you know, what you're buying. I'm buying 3.33 million Satoshis for 725 Great British Pounds. Go ahead and confirm. Then you'll see a little notification at the top under portfolio. Click on portfolio, and it's going to wait for a blockchain confirmation. So those funds that you deposited into the transaction, we need to wait for one blockchain confirmation for that. Should take anywhere 10, 20 minutes, depends on the network congestion. Then we will be met with the Start Payments tab. Now, if you want to track the transaction progress, you can always go over here and just click the little square with the arrow. That's going to take you over to mempool.space. And as soon as the transaction crosses the threshold, as soon as the mempool crosses into the confirmed blocks, the transaction will be complete, and you know that you can move on to step 2. All right, that took a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but we got there in the end. So now that that transaction is confirmed, we can hop on over to BISC. Attention required for trade with ID 21383. All right, so we're going to press close. Now, some of this is blurred out just out of respect for the seller's privacy, but it's very straightforward. I'm using Wise Transfer for this particular transaction. It's giving me the credentials on who to pay and how much to transfer and all of the confirmation codes and account numbers. So go ahead, make the payment, and then you can click payment started. All right, I have typed in his payment credentials and I can go ahead and send the money. Now, it's going to feel weird that you're just sending the money to someone and you're relying on their goodwill and good faith to send the Bitcoin to you, but I will make a few points here. A lot of people, this is their job. They are market makers for the private market of Bitcoin. What a lot of people are doing as a business is they may live in a country that doesn't have super strict laws, and they are buying spot Bitcoin from, Binance. They're buying it from BitGet. They're buying it from OKX. And they're then buying the fair market price, and then they're coming onto BISC and selling it for 5% more. So they have a little bit of an arbitrage business. They're not in the business of scamming you out of your money. They're not in the business of taking your small amount of Bitcoin. They're here to do large volumes. They're here to have repeat clients. So there are aligned incentives with using this platform. And I have yet to have a single transaction fail or go to mitigation or anything like that. But I've done hundreds and hundreds of transactions on BISC, and all 100% of them have worked flawlessly. So I'm going to go ahead and press payment started. That is going to send the confirmation over to the recipient. They will then check their Wise transfer balance to confirm that they have received the funds. Once they have confirmed that they have received the funds on Wise Transfer, they will then release the Bitcoin to my wallet. The Bitcoin will be deposited and the trade will be, and that's basically it. The last step is just him releasing the funds. So this is where people who are new to BISC might feel a little uneasy, because basically you have confirmed your end of the deal and you're just waiting for them to confirm their end of the deal. And depending on where they are, they could be asleep at the time of the transaction. They could be not at the computer. So, this can take over 24 hours. So do be patient. They will click the release button at some point. And yeah, then you will have some fresh, private, non-KYC Bitcoin in your BISC wallet, which you can then store into cold storage. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with anybody who is looking at how to acquire private Bitcoin. If you just so happen to be looking for a Bitcoin trading bot, we do offer one for free. All that we ask is that you use it on our partner exchange. Follow the links down below. Go to blackbox.pro, BLKBöX.pro to sign up for your free Bitcoin trading bot today. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.